Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome back to iSynth Academy YouTube channel Excel User Series 3.0. This is again another video that I'm trying to build based on what I've stumbled upon recently. I'm seeing this for a long time, but unfortunately I didn't have a real time to build this particular video, so I took some time and then I just collected some small clips from the other versions of videos from one of my training, and then I'm doing it. So what's new in pivot table in Office 365? Again, if you are a regular user of pivot table, you would have come across pivot table for a long time. If you're using pivot table in Office 2010 version, we will not have auto grouping. So we will be grouping the data manually for date, month, year and quarter. If you wanted to do something beyond than that, you can do it for even time based by second, minute and hour. So I'll just give you a small idea about it. And then this auto grouping was a little better in 2013 because it has automatically added the data set for us, and the grouping will automatically happen. We don't want to manually create it. Again, even in that I felt something weird in it, because when I create a video on, or when I create a pivot table, I can, if I have a multiple year of data, something like this in my data set. I have a year from 2015 to 2022. When I normally do this in Office 2013 or until the previous version, or even in my previous version of my Office 365, when I gone back to the version or account year called 2303, I am in 2304 here. I'm seeing that there is a difference in my pivot table at the moment. This was not there in my earlier pivot tables when I created it. I can see a date column when I started creating a pivot table right now. So normally when I go back here, insert a pivot table range here, when I give a new sheet, when I normally give a tick mark here, you will see only the year, quarter and date. You will never see a month. Now you can see that there is an additional line item that comes in called month here. When I normally extract this, you won't see all the 4 dimensions of a data hierarchy. Now I can see all the 4 dimensions of a data hierarchy in a list. I will add another video in the bottom part here, so which allows us to see the differences, what happens if I don't have a version which is not the latest one. So if I go for maybe a version 2019 student edition, how that will look like, I will show you that right now after this video. Probably you can go through that, and then I'll tell you where the differences is happening here. Okay, just a minute, hold on for this, then we'll see how we're going to work on this plan. So this is the video that I'm talking about in our list, where you can see that I'm using Office 2019 form and student edition. If I try to create a pivot table with the same data set, again I'm having the same data set here. Now I go back to my pivot table and click the pivot table, create a new pivot table data set. And the data set that I'm about to use right now is typically the same data set is coming up here. And then in this data set, when I try to add a date here, so you can see all the data set that I have is similar here. When I give to the date checkbox, you can see only the quarter and years are coming up. When I remove the quarter and the date out of the equation, I can see only the year in this list. And this is how we can use the pivot table in the older version compared to the new versions here. Let's come back to our old other data set and see what we can do with the data set better here. Let's jump back to the new version, and when I do this, that's the difference that I want to show here. So now I can create the list of data set here, which comes with the year, date, month and quarter. And again, if I want to drag and drop this data set, you can do that. So let me just move the pivot table field, because I'm not able to see all of the data set here clearly. So now I'm moving it. Now I'm dragging, dropping all the data set out of the equation. The only disadvantage that I see at the moment is when I try to create a design report layout and show in tabular form, I'm getting a year and the date field name coming up in this list. I'll give a right click here, I'll go to field settings, and then I will rename them, because my names are not going to be different, so it's not going to be same, so it's not going to shout at me. When I do that, I can create it. Now I can create another list of data set that I want here. Then I can add a sale figure here, which will make my data set work better for me. Then I do all the cleaning and cleansing by using a value field settings here. Now when I try to add the same name, that's going to show reducing that as the same list. So again, computer was formed by us, so I'm going to just add another space to it and change the number formatting to the current Indian currency. I'm going to give an OK and OK. That's going to give you the pivot table here. So now the pivot table have become better in our latest version, where we can create multiple dimensions here. You can just add not just the year but also the quarter plus the months and as well as the dates here. So the date hierarchical logic comes better in the latest version. On Office 365 the version is 2304 here. This is Vinod signing out from Excel Snippet and iSelf Academy YouTube channel, Excel EUS Series 3.0, video number 11. I try to use a better date hierarchy right now and keep learning furthermore. Happy learning. Thank you so much.